Welcome, my friends. Welcome. We are live here. Thank you for joining us as we attempt to expose the global technocrats and their sociology, anthropology, psychology system that they're using to try to take over what was normal human civilization and rewrite it into a new, basically absorbed corporate slave system. And that's if you're lucky enough to even be allowed to live. Every globalist document out there on population says once the world government is truly in place, once the, quote, technocracy is in place, the resources will then be systematically shut off. All of the hundreds and hundreds of millions killed by the globalists just the last 50, 60 years is only a beta test for what's coming. General Hamid Gul is reportedly going to be joining us from Pakistan. We're working on that right now. The country is obviously in complete bedlam. Peter Schiff's going to be joining us on the euro implosion and what that's going to mean in the new global superbank. Gerald Celente will give us updates on MF Global, foreshadowing bank runs in the future that are inevitable if we continue down this course. Also, medical mafia using financial leverage to enforce children's vaccinations on poor families, lying and saying it's the law. Bloomberg first reported on $16 billion in missing money. Now they're reporting on another $13 billion that the Federal Reserve has stolen from taxpayers. But they've got Homeland Security in place to make sure we don't bring them to justice. All premeditated. Also continuing, we have an article titled Newt Gingrich, Mr. New World Order, an excellent article by Paul Watson. And when I commissioned him to write this this weekend, I did my own little report on it yesterday, live on the radio. I gave him the headline, Newt Gingrich, Mr. New World Order. I think we'll keep that headline at prisonplanet.com, but I think we're going to change it on InfoWars to go even more viral. And the article gets a bit into this, but perhaps we should just have another article by Kurt Nimmo or someone. Newt Gingrich, Obama's ringer, or system, Gingrich activated as 2012, Newt Gingrich, 2012 Republican ringer, deployed, something like that. Because he's a Bob Dole, guaranteed, just like he was a takedown operative for the 94 Patriot takeover. And he will do it. You can absolutely bet your bottom dollar. You see, they put forward Perry, they're put forward Romney. People aren't biting. Both of them globalist. Both of them anti-gun, carbon tax, sanctuary city, abortion, at least in the past with Perry, but he switched. Romney still pushes it. But as bad as they are, remember I told you months ago, don't count Gingrich out. They'll build him up. Oh, what a smart man. I read quotes yesterday. In fact, I ought to dig these back out of the stack later and read them again, where he said the end of America, the end of the family, the end of sovereignty. I mean, just classic New World Order. He was part of this particular futurist society that openly calls for global socialism through technology and neocon behavior. And I played clips of Al Gore loving him. We have clips of that. I played clips of Nancy Pelosi loving on him and him endorsing the carbon taxes. Newt Gingrich. I played clips of Bill Clinton lovey-doveying on Newt Gingrich. I mean, you think illegal alien amnesty's bad. That's nothing. And we better expose Newt Gingrich because Obama is better than Newt Gingrich, and I'll tell you why. Obama's an old shoe. Obama's a worn-out tire. He was going to be the Messiah. Remember the media said he was going to fix it all. Not a chicken in every pot, a car in every garage. Free houses, everything. He was going to fix it. Financed by the exact same banksters that ran Bush and Clinton and all the rest of them. He was going to fix it all. He was Valhalic, heaven-like, a apparition of Mount Olympus, shades of heaven, nirvana. And the bigger they are, the harder they fall. He was just there to buy time, sucker people, and play left off against right. So, Newt Gingrich, Obama, two peas in a pod. But Gingrich, and I've studied Gingrich closely for now 20 years. And I've studied Obama in the last 5, 6. And I can tell you now, Newt Gingrich is far more evil than Barack Obama. Barack Obama is a slick, teleprompter reading, empty suit who likes to smoke cigarettes, work out 3 times a day, do a bunch of drugs, have a bunch of sex. He's a worldly person, but and he is wicked. But Newt Gingrich is a psychopath, not a sociopath. I've studied him, and I went over some of it yesterday, but multiple wives, a wife's dying of cancer, he divorces them, relishes being mean to them, relishes operating as a conservative and as a patriot because he hates us so much. He is the ultimate Benedict Arnold. And you can also just look in his eyes and his demeanor and all of it. He is, and his writings about, I seek to overthrow the system of the world and create a new system. I have the drive. The new age is upon us. I am empowered, and I will rise forth. I mean, these are public writings. This is pure Illuminati initiate. By the way, I know real Illuminati initiates. I shouldn't even get into it because as a journalist, unless somebody tells me of crimes, I'm sworn to not even. I'll shut my mouth right now. I know people that have been in the Hellfire Club. I know people that have been part of the satanic orgies. I have talked to high-powered people who have been in the rituals that you see in movies like Eyes Wide Shut. Minus death. They didn't get that far. I have obviously been approached. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not know how real this is until you've gotten to the level I have achieved. Through God's blessings, you could also see it as a curse, but it's not. The devil claims he's here to liberate and empower, but he's here to put you into bondage, ladies and gentlemen. And the Illuminati does not bring enlightenment or empowerment. It brings pain. It brings enslavement. I belong to an organization that doesn't have a building and doesn't have a membership. It's people that love liberty and love freedom with all their hearts and all their mights, and who want to be good people, and who want to raise their children to be straight and strong and good. And I pray here publicly that God give me the strength to not be worldly and to be good and to steady my mind and my focus so that I might be an instrument to raise up the good and bring down the bad. And I pray that others will say that prayer with me, because there are no atheists in foxholes. And make no mistake, there's a war on for your mind, your body, your soul, your property, and most importantly, your progeny. The system wants their minds, wants their intellects, wants to fashion them, and we just turn our children over to all the toxic food and the TV and the culture and the public schools and the vaccines and all of it. I am trying to really transform myself. And that's why I get into spiritual issues, because I cannot contain the fact that that is where I am in my life. I am weak. We're all weak, but we're strong through God, and we've got to ask for that strength. And you're not going to find that strength in one of these establishment churches. You're going to find it in your heart and at 3 a.m. in a personal relationship with the spirit of creation, with the God of the universe, with the Creator. You can have whatever names you want. You have a relationship with it. You know it's real. Those that don't have a relationship with it, they do not understand, and that is a great curse to them. And they will never have the deep discernment. They will never have the deep understanding, and that's sad. But some people, you just can't reach. And I'm not here to reach those that can't be reached. I'm here for a lot of reasons, just as we all are. I'm here on my own journey, in my own test. And I'm here to get others to simply wake up out of their trance and make a decision which side they're going to serve. Because God is all about free will. And God knows many people are in a trance, literal sleepwalking trance. Prozac puts you into one, and the entire class of serotonin reuptake inhibitors. The television artificially lowers people into a threshold right into sleepwalking, scientific fact. Those that watch TV 4 or 5 hours a day by 60 generally have an onset of early Alzheimer's, some even as young as 30. You can look it up. Just TV Alzheimer's, see all the studies for 20 years. They've known well about it. Because you're not supposed to spend your time in a sleepwalking phase. You're supposed to sleep your 7-8 hours, and that's it. You're not supposed to be sleeping another 5-6 hours a day. And there's other things that work. The video games are brain-damaging people. If you don't believe me, just look it up. And it's all done by design. I'm only here to get you to look around you and make a decision. No one can make you face reality. No one can make you take the red pill. I'm just here to offer it. You take the blue pill, you go back to the establishment world. You take the red pill, you can start going down the rabbit hole. We'll be right back with the news. Stay with us.